So let's call off this little date or whatever.
Would it be alright to terminate my accounts with Wakudoki Bank?
You can close every single account for all I care.
What on earth did you do to him? Reports are pouring in. Thousands of accounts have been closed in just a few days. My name's Keiichi Sato. I'm the sales manager at a mid-sized home furnishing company called Days Co.
Keiichi, tomorrow's your date with the daughter of Wakudoki Bank's president, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'll give it my best for my mom's sake, since she's the one who set it all up.
You got this.
That's my coworker who started working at Days Co. in the same year as me, Yui Sakai. She's one of the sharpest people in the sales department.
If I think about Keiichi's position, maybe a political marriage really is what's expected of him. I don't have any other choice but to hide my feelings.
The next day. Thank you for meeting me today. I'm Keiichi Sato.
I'm Wakaba Shimada. Nice to meet you. I heard you're working for a company that makes housing equipment.
Yeah, it's a mid-sized company. I'm working as their head of sales.
A small to medium enterprise, huh? Well, as a banker, I see it from the lending side. Small businesses make me nervous. Sure, I understand employees work hard, but honestly, one bankruptcy or financial miss and suddenly loans don't get repaid. That's a problem, so I'd rather prioritize the big accounts like the VIPs.
I see. It's just that I take a lot of pride in my company. I'd be glad if you look at this, without all your preconceptions about smaller companies.
You can't make a profit from personality alone. We've got to focus on the numbers, right?
Numbers don't always tell the whole story, though.
I've made up my mind. We're not really seeing eye to eye, so let's call off this little date or whatever.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. In fact, as a banker, your focus on profit alone actually worries me quite a bit. Would it be alright if I closed my company's account with Wakudoki Bank?
You can close every single account for all I care.
Understood. And just like that, the arranged engagement was over before it even began. Early next week. Hey Wakaba, I heard you had a date last weekend. So how'd it go?
Ugh. Listen to this, Mochizuki. The guy worked at some mid-sized company. Said he yapped about how he cared more about people than numbers. Total loser.
Well, you are the kind of employee who puts profits first. Makes sense you'd want a husband with real earning power, too.
Exactly. You get it.
Honestly, I feel the same way. It was definitely the right decision to call things off.
Mochizuki, wait. Are you saying you like me?
Where's Wakaba?
Dad? What's got you so worked up?
What happened at your matchmaking date last weekend?
What do you mean, what happened? I broke it off. And when he said he was closing his account at our bank, I didn't stop him.
You remember that Keiichi guy you met? He just told us he's pulling all of his money out of Wakudoki Bank. What on earth did you do to him? Reports are pouring in. Over 1,000 accounts have been closed in just a few days.
1,000? How's that even possible?
Wakaba, you only gave permission for that. One Keiichi Sato guy to close his account, right? Yes, but the 1,000 accounts closed are all from companies and employees linked to the Tokid Group. And Keiichi, he's the son of the Tokid Group's president.
What? That giant housing group?
And the financing deal we were about to seal with their affiliate. Cancelled. Completely. We need to fix this immediately. Get over to Tokid Group right now.
Okay!
As deputy branch manager, I'll come with you. It'll look better if someone in authority is present, and I'll back you up. Good idea. If you're with her, Mochizuki, I'll be able to breathe a bit. Please do. Understood. Thank you for waiting. I'm Keiichi Sato, Executive Director of Sales at HQ.
And I'm his assistant assistant Yui Sakai. Wait, you? What are you doing here?
I heard I was meeting a banker from Wakudoki Bank. I didn't realize it was you. Wakaba, so this is...
Yes, he's the guy I had that matched with. But you told me you were just a sales manager at some furnishing company.
At that time, I was still working at our subsidiary Daysco. That's why I introduced myself that way. Using what I learned from Daysco, I was scheduled to start working at headquarters from this week.
No way!
We heard you closed your accounts with us. If there was any problem, we're willing to correct it. Could you please consider reversing the closures? Or at least ask your people to hold off? I'm sorry, but it's a bit too late for that. See, I wanted to know what you were really looking for in a partner, Wakaba. But from what you had to say and your attitude about others, all I sensed was an obsession with money and profit. You even said mid-sized companies can't be trusted. That told me any contract with Wakudoki Bank would be all about profit with no trust. That's why I pulled out.
But then why did 1,000 people close their accounts too? Company accounts alone wouldn't add up to that many. It wasn't only the company accounts. From top executives to contract employees as the subsidiaries. So many people admire Keiichi. All the employees who were angry about your attitude towards Keiichi are closing their accounts.
That's the truth. So neither I nor the company can stop this wave of closures.
I had no idea you were such an influential person.
Tokid Group was one of our biggest clients. But with the fallout spreading this far, it's already too late. Wakaba, there's nothing more you can do. Leave the rest to me. I deeply apologize for my employees' egregiously shameful attitude.
I'm so sorry. If Mochizuki said he'll handle things from here, then maybe everything will be okay, right? Oh, and if back at that matchmaking date, you told me the truth about your job, then I might have...
If you asked, I would have explained. But you dismissed me from the start just because I worked at a mid-sized company. I wanted to be judged on more than money. That's why I didn't correct you.
You never cared about Keiichi as a person. Only about what benefited you.
Come on, Wakaba. Let's go.
Yes.
If I can cover for Wakaba, maybe President Shimada will finally consider me good enough. And if that happens... And with that, everyone thought the connection between Tokid Group and Wakudoki Bank was over. Or so it seemed. But after that, over at Wakudoki Bank... Mochizuku, long time no see. Ah, Yamaguchi. What brings you in today? Well, actually, I came to close out my account. And while I'm at it, I'd also like to cancel the loan I'm applying for. What? You too, Yamaguchi? I heard Tokid Group canceled their big contracts with your bank, and the rumors flying around are all bad. Some say Wakudoki had problems. Others say the big clients abandoned you. To be honest, I'm pretty worried about keeping my money here. That's not true. Well, it's true that more people have been closing accounts lately, but... I'm sorry. My mind's already made up. I see. Understood. The account closures just don't stop.
Even the mid-sized companies that used to bank with us are starting to move their accounts and loans elsewhere.
I also heard Tokid Group's subcontractors are asking to end their contracts with us too.
What do we do if this keeps up?
The reason customers are leaving is... 'cause Wakaba pissed off a hotshot executive, right?
Exactly. She strutted around just 'cause she's the president's daughter. And yet she's the one dragging the whole company down. The place looks doomed. Maybe I should start looking for another job.
Wakaba, what we need to focus on right now is how to keep the customers we have and bring in new ones. I'll reach out to some acquaintances and see if they'll move their accounts to us. And let's roll out a special interest rate campaign to attract deposits.
Yes.
Meanwhile, on my end...
Thank you very much for your time. My name is Hurai.
To be invited by a real estate giant like Jan Real Estate, what an honor. So what did you want to discuss today?
We'd like to partner with your company on a condominium development. The story of Wakudoku Bank losing their big contract is making waves in the real estate world. The word is, Tokid Group chooses business partners not just for profits, but for trust and relationships. That convinced us Tokid Group is a company worth trusting.
I see. Thank you for valuing our company so highly.
What kind of condominium development are we talking about? We're planning several projects in the future, and we'd like Tokid HQ to oversee them. And for construction materials like kitchen equipment, windows, and flooring, we'd like to order directly from Tokid Group subsidiaries. What? You're giving us that much business?
We'll definitely consider it seriously. Could you also share the construction schedule and what equipment will be required?
Of course, absolutely.
Great work, Yui.
You too! I came along as your assistant from Days Co because they specifically requested me. But I never imagined I'd end up handling contracts this massive compared to back at Days. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Relax a bit. There's nothing to be worried about. As long as you bring your usual cheer and give it your all, everything will go just fine.
Yeah, thanks.
Still, thanks to closing my account at Wakudoki Bank, we ended up with this huge deal. Maybe that awkward matchmaking meeting wasn't such a bad thing after all.
That's a pretty positive way to look at it. Then maybe next time we could, I was going to say maybe we could go somewhere to unwind. But you're a company executive now. I guess I'm not really in the position to just casually invite you out. Sorry, forget I said anything.
I'd like to ask you out to dinner sometime too. But now that I'm your boss, I'm worried it might pressure you into saying yes. A few weeks later.
President Sato, please excuse the interruption. Keiji, Yui, thanks for coming.
President Shimada, it's been far too long. I'm terribly sorry for barging in with such a large group, but given the state of our company right now, we simply don't have the luxury of appearances. Things are really that desperate? Tokid Group, Jan Real Estate, and several other mid-sized firms all canceled their accounts one after another. It hit the industry papers. Wakudoki Bank loses its major clients. Now our shareholders are flooding us with demands for answers. And that's not even the worst of it. The clients we still have left, they're mostly small, unstable businesses. Exactly the kind of credit risk you don't want. Worse, since Tokid and Jan teamed up to launch a condo project, construction firms have been losing contracts and going bankrupt. And some of those bankrupt companies had loans with Wakudoki Bank, didn't they? Yes, you've guessed it exactly. The losses hit our bottom line hard, and management keeps sliding downhill. Mochizuki led a campaign with special interest rates, but customers saw right through it as a stopgap, and even more of them walked away. At this rate...
I understand the situation, but I can't see how our involvement would magically reverse your decline. I agree. This is far beyond what one company could fix.
Losing Tokid Group's account was the real blow. If nothing else, could we convince you to at least bring your accounts back to us? And if possible, perhaps you could also put in a word with Jan Real Estate. They seem to trust Tokid deeply. That would be very difficult.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
By the way, you've been awfully quiet, Miss Wakaba. Do you actually know what you said to me during that matchmaking meeting?
Well...
You told me if we deal with small businesses, they won't be able to repay us. Sure, the employees work hard, but we should prioritize big clients and VIP clients. You said something so insulting? I told her, don't judge by size alone. Look at the company itself, look at the people behind it. but she insisted. I'd rather see the numbers. Without them, there's no profit. Her reasoning isn't wrong. We don't lend money out of charity. We have to consider profit and risk.
Right, exactly.
Yes, I understand that logic. But I felt her attitude was to dismiss small businesses outright, like they weren't even worth looking at. She broke off our matchmaking simply because I worked at a mid-sized firm, didn't she?
I'm sorry.
Wakaba, how could you?
Keiji has already told me, but not the full extent of it. I agreed to the matchmaking hoping it would strengthen ties between our companies. But seeing Wakudoki Bank's situation now, renewing contracts would harm us more than help us.
I never realized her behavior was this disgraceful. I truly apologize. As her superior, I also beg forgiveness. Please, won't you reconsider?
I'm so sorry!
Some things can't be undone. If I'd had a matchmaking meeting with someone who valued me, not just my paycheck, we wouldn't be here now.
Back when Kichi was sales director at Days Co., he never flaunted his title. I believe a person's worth isn't measured only by their job. Yes, exactly.
And Mochizuki, you're her boss. You share the same way of thinking in your work, don't you? Yes. It's hopeless. Utterly hopeless. Afterward, Wakudoki Bank was crushed by unrecovered loans from bankrupt clients, and was itself driven into bankruptcy.
To think, all this just because of one lame matchmaking meeting.
No matter how much I regret it, it won't change a thing. What do we do now? Some employees found new jobs through introductions from Keiichi and his mother, but the Shimadas and Mochizuki had nowhere to go and are still searching for work. Meanwhile, Yui, have you been holding back around me lately?
Well, you're an executive now after all.
I don't want things to change between us. The truth is, I want you with me always. Would you be my girlfriend?
Yes!
Enjoyed the video?
Then smash that like button and subscribe.